Greetings from the Holy Apple. We're on the day before the new month of Adar, 5778, 29th of Shvat, winding down the month of Shvat. Today's class is the second part of Killing Me Softly, the murder of Rabbi Itamar Ben Gal. When I was, I think maybe I was like 11 years old, there was this great song by Roberta Flack. It's called Killing Me Softly, with his song, if not mistaken. It's an unbelievable hit by Roberta Flack. Maybe she was supposed to be a boy and turned out to be a girl, Roberta Flack. Anyways, when things like this happen in Israel, when Jews are murdered, there's something called association, where certain situations remind you of a song, or a song reminds you of a certain situation. So when I'm in certain situations, it always reminds me of different songs when I was growing up or later on. That's the way I work. So this song immediately always comes to me, this Roberta Flack song, Killing Me Softly with Your Song. So that's the title. I want to tell you that I want to first thank those people out there in the internet world, like Tomer Devora and Home in Jerusalem and a few other sites that have enough courage to put up our classes on their various websites, which allow a lot of a different audience to listen to these classes. Unfortunately, our message is not heard too many places in the world, and this is how much more so in the English language. You could find here and there a couple, maybe a handful of people, maybe in Hebrew, but the message that we're getting across here, you're not going to hear anywhere else. And I really want to, in the name of people that are out there, really to thank these websites that post these classes on their website. And if one of us wake up, myself, others wake up from the words, from the lessons to be learned, then according to the Zohar Kadosh, it was worthwhile for a person to come to this world for 70 years with all the hardships and all the tests that we go through. It was worth coming if we influenced one person. One person. How much more so? 2, 20, 200. So I wanted to really pass that important truth across. Thank you from all of us. Killing Me Softly. Should know that a few minutes after the murder of Rabbi Itamar at the Ariel Junction, 8 days ago, within minutes, Israel is probably number one in cleaning up after an area has been hit by an attack. Israel is probably number one in the world as far as speed is concerned, cleaning it up and straightening everything out, and bringing everything back to order. And within a few minutes, they had taken away Rabbi Itamar to hospital, and traffic, the Arabs were allowed to continue traveling freely after a couple of minutes after that attack, which is really amazing, as if nothing happened. Besides for that, there were a few hundred teenagers that the night after the murder, they went to a major intersection which is called Bad Shalosh, which allows Arabs to enter and exit the city of Shechem. And they went to that intersection and they blocked the roads. And there they were met with the Israel police riot group and were really roughed up. In fact, I have a student in my Talmud Torah that I teach in Elon Moreh, a 10-year-old student, 10 years old, if you can believe this. And you know, like these big guys, these riot police, you can imagine, they're not like midgets. And he was roughed up. He was kind of like beat up by these riot police. And the idea is that here these kids, these teenagers, some not even teenagers, they come out and they're really crying out. They're really yelling and screaming to the heavens, like, let's stop this process. Let's put an end to this right now. They're crying out, we want to put an end to this. And this is their way to articulate this pain. And they come out and they try to make life for the enemy difficult. Because how can a person compare what all these families, children, husbands, wives, friends, the Jewish people, what everyone's going through when they lose, when one of their loved ones, family members, friends, a fellow Jew is murdered, to think about, you know, those are for generations that, you know, that scar remains on a person's heart. So these kids come down, and unfortunately it's mostly kids. It's not people that are older, unfortunately. People should be there. I mean, I would have been there if I would have known about it, but a lot of times I don't have a phone, I don't have a cell phone, so many times I don't know. It's only if somebody calls me up and tells me about things that I'm able to arrive at them. But it's pretty disgusting that the message that Israel is giving is that we want to return things as quick as possible back to order. Back to order means the continued attack on Jews, murder on Jews. In fact, there's a woman that lives not too far away from here, in fact, maybe about 5 kilometers from here, in a place called Rechelim, which was set up in the memory of a woman named Rachel Drup, who was murdered around here 20 years ago. Of course, who remembers Rachel Drup? And there's a woman that she puts out, she has like a website, she puts out a daily report on all the attacks in Judea and Samaria. It's an amazing thing. Nobody knows about it. I'm talking about people in Israel. I'm not talking about people out there, you know, over the sea. I'm talking about people in Israel. It's hushed up. It's hushed up because we want to give a feeling as business as usual. And it's disgusting because every single day, all over Judea and Samaria and other places in Israel, it's not just Judea and Samaria. Don't think that if you live outside Judea and Samaria, in Jerusalem or other places, Ramle, Lud, it's all over. But especially in our area, it's much more felt. And every single day there are dozens and dozens of attacks on Jews. With God's help, they don't always end in murder. Sometimes they don't end in injury. But the attacks remain on the hearts of the Jews that were attacked. Because, you know, there's a disgusting remark that's made on the news. It's nobody was injured, nobody was hurt. Can you imagine that statement? That statement should be taken and thrown out, trashed. No one was hurt. No one was hurt? When somebody is under attack, their car is being attacked by bottles or rocks or sticks. No one was hurt. Do you know those are scars that never leave a person? That's like a traumatic experience that never leaves a person. It's there always. Scar is there forever. Person is not able to sleep. People, children aren't able to control their bowels, and they start wetting the beds. But no one was injured. No one was hurt. Yeah, no one was hurt. Everything I'm saying right now, remember, it's killing me softly. Killing me softly. Trying to create a business as usual. Everything's cool. Everything's calm, cool, and collective. At Rabbi Itamar's funeral in the Mountain of the Blessings, Har Bracha, once again there were people that yelled out for vengeance, to stop the cycle against the Jewish people. And they were hushed by some people in the crowd. Other times, people that cried out to put a stop to all this, they were handed over to the police, if you could believe it. Yeah, Jews handing other Jews over to the police. Once again, killing me softly. Thank you. It's, let's hush this up. Let's make this as smooth and clear. Let's just get back to our old routine, which of course, the old routine, we all know, 3 dots, what the old routine is. It's attacks, more attacks, and more attacks. Unfortunately,